FNG Podcast.
I was born to be a champion, raised in the jungle. All my life, yeah, I had to fight. FNG, let's go live tonight. I was born to be a champion, raised in the jungle. All my life, yeah, I had to fight. FNG, let's go live tonight. You can't move on your own. Ouija moves, dancing in the end zone. Crush groove. All we do is get dubs. Hate to lose. We can do this all day. No snooze. Don't get it poppin' if you saying that you poppin', dog. Never will I lose to a noob. Just won't happen, y'all. Call a deep pass. Watch flash. What you crying for? Gonna pass the six. Better yet, put them up quick. Hear them hating from the side. Twitch watch. I guess you say it's about time. Tick tock. FNG, where we at? On top. Other leagues can't win.
What's going on, FNG? It's your boy, Big Boy Deal, the Ravens owner. Hey, yo, we got a lot of stuff we got to talk about today, whether it's the playoff picture, upset alerts, sanctions, and who we think gonna win it all this year. This guy. All right, and we also got somebody that ain't been on the show in a minute. Might be their first time. I don't know. So we're going to bring these heavy hitters in. With that being said, let's bring in the Steelers owner, Mike Wright, Dragon, my enemy.
What's up, FNG? How y'all doing? Your favorite enemy, though.
Right, yeah, my favorite enemy. Yes. Just punt the damn ball, Deal.
You even got punt in your playbook?
Right. Nope. All right. Let's bring in the Texan owner, Sleep.
What up, though?
Yes, sir. As always, thank you, Sleep. I appreciate you. All right. We bringing in Sleep's enemy in his division, Justin Christian, the Titans owner.
What's going on, FNG? Hey, man, me and Sleep ain't enemies, man.
Nah. Mutual respect. Mutual respect right there.
Mutual respect.
Yeah.
Hey,
He made me play better.
Right.
My second time on the stream.
Oh, second time? Yes, sir.
Yeah, this is my second time. Yeah.
I appreciate it. All right. Last but not least, let's bring in the other commissioner, Joseon Fight, the Raiders owner.
Hey, what's up, FNG? Glad we got another show going. And I don't know about enemies. I just say rivals, right? We just all rivals.
Yeah, that sounds a lot better.
All right, they're rivals. Mike and I are enemies.
Okay. All right. Yeah, because Justin's like,
when
I
the
don't know about
sticks are
enemies.
in
That's
the
kind of a
hands,
harsh,
we are
strong word
enemies.
there.
Yeah.
Hopefully the other commissioner will be on. He's playing IT right now. So we'll see what happens if he makes it or not.
He's playing the tambourine at church. All right, so with that being said, that being said, Mike, let's go over division leaders. I greatly appreciate it. And whoever's watching, please hit us up in the comment section. And now, also, just like Justin did, you want to get on the show, please shoot us your email. We'll put you on the show.
All right. Hold on. There we go. All right. We're going to start off in the NFC West. Cardinals
different?
with their win yesterday are at the top with the Seahawks, 49ers, and the Rams.
It's interesting.
Wait. Before we go on, look at this division and look at the records. When was the last time this division looked like this in the past?
I'm going to take a sip.
I'm just saying, like, hey, yo, let's talk about this. I know Tranks will be on here in a minute, but Tranks is number 3 in that division.
He's bringing up the rear.
He's bringing, yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying.
Well, as I said, it's good for him that other people can beat the Seahawks. That's what I told him yesterday.
Wow.
I'm gonna say less. Train's be on here in a minute. I know you're watching.
Oh, I told it directly to him. It's not like this is the first time it's being said. So,
Oh, yeah, I said it too. Shoot.
yep. All right. In the NFC East, Cowboys have already clinched.
Yeah.
Followed by Eagles and Commanders, who are both tied at 7-7, and the Giants at 4-10.
Shout out to Day doing his thing out there.
NFC South, Falcons have clinched, followed by the Saints at 6-8, the Buccaneers at 5-9, and the Panthers at 2-12.
Falcons kicking butt.
Hey, did we put oh, speaking of which, hold on, I think he's on.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
There he be.
Uh-oh.
There he be.
All
I
right,
heard
wait.
all
Should
the
I bring
trash
him
talking.
in?
He's like, I gotta jump in.
Yeah.
He's like, I heard my
Right.
name.
Hey, did we put anything in our Facebook that the show was on?
I can do it. I got you.
I heard there was something to eat, so I figured I'd, swing by.
Heard. No, how you do. You smelled it.
Hey, man.
Yeah, the wife
All
could
right.
tell. The wife could tell I was pissed off and didn't want to be there.
All right. On
Go on
to
home,
the
man.
NFC
Nice.
North. Bears have clinched. Packers at 6-7, Lions at 4-9, and the Vikings under new ownership at 3-10.
Yeah.
AFC West, Chiefs have clinched at 11-3. Raiders are 4-10, Broncos 3-11, Chargers at 3-11. Chargers also under new ownership, but I believe we introduced them in our last show. AFC East, Bills 8-5, Finns at 7-7, Patriots 4-9, Jets at 3-11. AFC South, 3 teams with 10 wins. Jags at 10-3, Titans 10-4, Texans 10-4, and the Colts at 9-5. That is absolutely ridiculous that all of them in that division have that big of
All
a
4
spread.
teams, man. All by far, I
Division
believe the
in
best
football.
division in our league.
I definitely
And
agree with that.
Yep.
And AFC North, Ravens 13-0, Bengals 11-2, Steelers 6-8, and the Browns at 3-10. That is our division leaders.
I appreciate it. And when we advance, it's gonna say 13-1. We'll talk about it.
All right. We're going
All
top
right.
10 or games?
Let's go to games. Good to have you on, Tranks.
Good to be here finally.
Yes, sir.
Wife is doing her best. Her best BS to keep me from being here, but
Oh, man.
All right, hey, we docked you $10, so just let you know.
pick it out of my next check.
Right. Hey, everybody that's watching, please send us a comment or something. We'll shout you out. With that being said, we're gonna go to week 11. Any games stand out to y'all?
Wow. All the way back to week 11? We got that many games in?
Yep.
We've been pushing it.
Pushing,
we're on week 15 now.
Oh.
Let's see. All right, so hey, starting off the Jags versus the Texans.
You can skip that one.
That sounds like something Justin would be saying since you won that one.
Hey, I'm trying to be professional now.
Of course, we already just talked about how that division is crazy.
Mm-hmm. Go look at his tight end. Go look at his tight end stats real quick.
Oh man.
I just want y'all to see. That's it.
3 catches, 39 yards.
Exactly.
Ooh,
That was
that's
was that the game y'all was trying to catch the ball with one hand? One hand?
Every
Oh,
single
yeah.
interception. Yeah.
interception.
Yeah, I definitely had the best one at the end though. The killer,
Yeah. I
the
recall
backwards
that.
joint. He's trying to steal on me.
Good stuff. Good stuff.
Yeah, that's what happens when hyenas mess with male lions, man. You know, keep poking at
There
that male
you go,
lion, he
man.
eventually gonna bite you. He eventually gonna bite you. You a hyena.
All right, what we got next?
Let's
That's
see.
hilarious.
Anybody watch that Carolina Giants game? That was close.
Yes, it
No,
was.
we didn't watch it.
But yeah.
I tell you what, that Cleveland Green Bay game was crazy because I thought he was up. Packers was up like 28 to, I want to say 3 at one point.
Yeah, they were up. Where is that game
Right there,
at?
right there.
Oh,
Right below the
Bronco.
Giants game.
Yeah, I
Could
heard
be
about
wrong on
that
that,
when he
but I
was
know he was
down. All of
up
a sudden he
big.
came back. I was like, okay.
Yeah, yeah. All right, I was a little off on that, but it looked like Dog was gonna get killed in
No,
that
not
game.
really, because Dog had like 28 unanswered points to come back.
Yeah,
Jeez.
third quarter.
21 points. Oof.
The 21 points there, I think, is 7 points. So I think he had 14 to 38.
Mm.
If I remember right. I mean, it looked horrible, and then
7 rush yards, bro.
Oh, that's
That's
crazy.
crazy. Yeah.
Them turnovers killed them.
Mm-hmm.
yep.
Ooh, 21 points in the third quarter. Ooh,
Mm.
Yeah.
ouch. Come on.
Jeez. Interesting.
What else we got? I don't have my Xbox in front of me.
Yeah, I'm looking.
Not too many games that stand out.
Chargers Titans.
Oh,
No.
that was
You said
Tashi,
no,
yeah.
that was easy.
No,
That's
it was
Tashi's first game, so
yeah, I had to welcome him to the league. Yeah, pretty much. I just had to stop his running game. He was a good opponent. I don't have too many bad things to say about him.
That's what's
And
up.
yeah. Just had to stop the running game. That's about it.
Welcome to the league, fam.
Yeah.
yep.
I won't tell everybody this. It is a great watch to watch his stream. I enjoy watching his stream.
It
Hilarious.
can't be better than you and Mike.
No, he's
It's up
funny.
there.
It
It's up
is
there,
up
I
there.
gotta
bro.
watch it.
It's
I
up
don't
there.
have his
It's up
I
there,
had to go
man.
back and watch the game I played against him because they were like, man, he was the whole game, first part of that game, he was going off, and then afterwards he got quiet.
Got real quiet.
Hey, I ain't gonna lie, man. I try to do y'all, man. Ooh. I sometimes
What?
mute myself like mother.
I just
All right.
Tw-
Anything else y'all see? We good? You scroll down.
which
I took a loss to the Colts, 2-point loss.
Oh yeah.
Oh shoot.
Oh,
I
Yeah,
didn't
it
Yep.
did.
see that.
what
Playing like
happened?
shit this year, man.
Was that the
Just
one
playing like-
sleep you were talking about? Was the first time he self-destructed?
No,
No. That was one.
no,
That's coming
Okay.
up.
Okay.
no. I
I
wasn't.
know it's
that.
one of these
Yeah.
games.
If I remember correctly, this one defensively, I just wasn't where I needed to be.
Mm-hmm.
Gave up way too many points, and they were easy points, easy first downs. Kept them alive.
Like, yeah,
Felt like I had
turnover,
control,
too.
but then my defense wasn't holding up their end.
Yeah, Brock had two turnovers. I see you.
Mhm,
You didn't
yeah.
have any.
So I mean, he punted a couple times, but just I wasn't playing playoff ball, and you're not going to make the playoffs playing like this.
All right. Here we go to week 12. All right. Let's see.
Atlanta's still dominating their division.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Doing well.
Bengals versus the Packers.
Oh, that was a close game.
Yeah.
Looked like that was a forced win.
Yeah, I was
So I
gonna
think
say.
those stats are indicative of what was going on.
Oh, okay. Got you.
Yeah.
Wait, did we?
Oh, Colts Titans.
Why don't you tell us about this game, Justin?
Ooh.
Yeah, You know what happened when Big Brother come in the room, man? Snatch the remote,
Hey,
snatch
that
the
was
remote
game of the
from
week
little
too.
brother. Yeah, um, I just gotta stop. I don't know what he good at. I don't know if it's running, passing. Just gotta sit and wait for him to throw me the ball, do a couple turnovers. Thing.
Man,
That's what's up.
1 by 18 look like you pretty much had control of the game. You playing with your food like you usually do.
Yeah, man. Slap little brother around.
Hey, but he's getting this game, compared to last season to this season,
He's getting
he's
better.
getting better.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah, which is always good.
Yep.
Here you
This
go,
is that
Ocean.
game you were talking about, Jose,
Chargers Raiders.
with the Chargers.
Yeah, that game started off where I went in the game cold, and I think I turned over the ball early. He went up 14-0. Then I had to kind of get my composure again, scored. Then I turned it around the second half, and
Oh, it went to OT.
yeah,
Yeah.
turned
Oh
around
yeah, I
to
remember that. Yeah, yeah.
yeah. So when I got the momentum going my way, I just couldn't finish him off.
Ooh,
Tribute to
Pause.
him. He's
whoa,
still
Shut up.
woof,
Oh,
woof.
hey, yo.
It's a little aggressive, son.
yeah, I was able to pull
So
away. And I
sad.
think that play where he had that kickoff and he fumbled it, and I know he
Mm.
fumbled
Yeah,
it.
that was
Yeah.
funny.
That didn't help him at all in OT. So looking forward to our next matchup.
Right. All right. Chiefs versus Vikings.
These Vikings.
Oh man.
Dude, that don't
Oh, you
even look
took
right.
New Dorian's first game in.
yeah. We had essentially had a brand new owner in this game versus
Mm.
I would call him an OG. He's been here long enough, but you could tell by his performance, he forgot where he was. Thought he was in
Mm-mm-mm.
that other league where they pretty much don't got no rules. You just do what you want. Like this is
Oh,
this is
that's crazy. It's
Yeah.
crazy.
810
Yeah.
yards is insane.
And I know we're past it. He's taking his sanction on the chin.
hold on,
He
stop.
ain't
We're not past it because we haven't discussed it. This
no
is
no no
brand
no.
new
I'm
to
talking
everybody.
about
Uh,
just him. He's calmed down, he's cool, he accepted it. We're gonna talk about it on the show.
Yeah, we're gonna talk about it.
We're gonna talk about it, but
so this is at the end of the show, not now. All right, cool.
no, not now.
Yes.
Not
No,
now.
no.
Towards the end.
Oh, for
Hey,
everybody
hey,
that's not
hey,
in the
Trank,
league,
league news,
everybody that's
league
not in the
news.
league, for everybody, see, I wasn't there, so for everybody that's not in the league, you don't do this. You don't do this.
Yes.
And I won't go anymore. We'll wait till later for that.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
we could talk, but I still want to just you look at the stats. If you can't go back to that game and
Okay.
let's look at the player stats.
Patrick Mahomes, passer rating 119.5, 739 yards, 10
Mm.
touchdowns, 3 picks.
12,
12
12
touchdowns.
touchdowns.
Ball
Oh,
touchdown.
10? 12 touchdowns. My bad.
12.
Sorry, so many. Just it's hard to keep count.
He said 10.
66% completion.
Yeah.
The other quarterback,
And AJ
yes, yeah.
Richardson. Oh, I was gonna say AJ Richardson, 13 receptions for 400 yards and 9 touchdowns.
He broke every record possible.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, I don't think
Every
people
record
realize
possible.
the magnitude of the game when they looked at the score. There was more that we had to go into, and that's why
When the
we
game was
don't.
under review.
Yes, correct. And going to that, you
Yep.
can kind of see my man's broke damn near 8 records
Yeah,
one
I
game.
saw
So his
it.
quarterback got sacked 11 times through
Yeah.
9 picks. Like, is he alive?
Yeah,
Pachenko.
I
And
know
540
his opponent
yards.
didn't help the matters either, but yeah, it was it's
Yeah.
one of those games that we, like Tranks mentioned, it's not one we normally
Not one we're
it's not a
proud
game
of.
that we tolerate in the league like this.
Right.
Isaiah Pachenko, 3 rushes, 19 yards. Patrick Mahomes, 2 rushes for 18 yards. So that was the run. That was the Chiefs' run game. Now, Todd Chandler, he rushed for 23 yards, 74 yards, 23 times, 74 yards. No touchdowns, so he at least attempted to run the ball. McCarthy had 2. But yeah, this thing was crazy. You look at the passing.
Yeah.
Yep.
AJ Richardson, 13 catches, 400 yards, 30 yards per catch,
Mm.
9 tutties.
Longest one was for 82 yards.
Mhm.
Yeah.
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 Which
Marquise.
we're going to talk about later. But gentlemen, this is what not to do when you're ahead against your opponent. It's something you don't do.
Yeah, he was ahead by I think by half, but at least he was up 64 points. I'm not
Yes.
sure where in that game he felt he was going to lose.
Yes. All right. Y'all see anything else?
No, I think there was another game that was
Well,
close.
hey, that Seahawks and Giants game, it was some
Yeah.
good
Oh, yeah.
filthy trash
Oh
talking.
man, that was
Oh
crazy.
yeah,
Oh
that's
yeah,
right. They were
that
trying to
was the trash
schedule.
talk game.
That one has some pause moments.
Man.
Major
Yep.
pause moments.
Yeah,
That's
and it
the one
was
they
a
were.
close
He posted all kinds of stuff in the Facebook, right?
Discord.
Yeah,
Discord,
hey,
It's
just make
Discord.
sure we don't say none of the stuff so we get this video taken down.
right.
Hey, if you
I
don't
don't think
know,
it.
just get on Xbox. We'll talk about it.
I don't think nobody wants to repeat any of that
Oh,
stuff.
nah,
Exactly. Yeah,
bro.
you're right.
Nope.
You're right, Sleep. You're right.
Good.
That's funny.
But I mean, this was a close game the whole way through. Yeah,
Yeah.
it was a back and forth. So
Yeah.
yeah.
All right. Now, can we go to week 13? Appreciate it. Thank you.
We'll get out of that one quick.
Heck yeah. Heck
Oh,
yeah.
There's a few games that week.
Jaguars, Colts, another close game.
Mm-hmm.
These Colts are having a bunch of games where they're in all of them. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, you watch
It
his
looked like
gameplay, it's definitely gotten a lot better this season
Mhm.
compared to his
Absolutely.
first season. All right. Let's see.
Anybody standing out here?
Falcons touchdown over his
that
opponent.
was an interesting game. They were going back and forth. I didn't know who was using the Patriots that game because he was going toe to toe with the Falcons.
And he
Mhm.
gave him 21 points
In the
the
first
fourth.
half.
I think for a minute there you thought he was gonna upset him, right, Dill? Because I
Right.
think you were like
Yeah.
upset
I mean, he
alert.
had
I'm
him
like,
in
I
the
went in, I'm
first
like,
half.
sent
wait
y'all
a minute.
message. Yeah.
Yeah. I started watching the game from then on. I was like, where are we at? It's like my man's tied it up.
Yeah. He came back. You look at halftime, like, you know what I'm saying? He was winning.
Yeah.
Well, by 2 touchdowns. And then he just fumbled the bag. Like, it was bad in that second half.
About it, yeah.
Yeah.
He had it. All right. Whew, see anything?
Bengals Steelers.
Nah.
Hey, that was
He
a
said,
good
nah.
game up
He
until
said,
Mike.
Until it wasn't.
Up until Mike.
And when he blocked my field goal, that is when that game turned around. And I really couldn't do anything after that.
I thought it was me. You threw the interception to him. You didn't throw it high enough. I mean, you got the
Yeah.
yardage. Like,
Well,
you
yeah,
outgained them and everything with 5 turnovers. It was just the turnovers. Once you threw that
Oh,
first
yeah, it
one, you
was
threw another one, and
turnovers.
you threw another one, and that was it.
Yep.
That's something, and Dorian is definitely somebody you can't do that to.
Mm-mm.
Oh, absolutely not.
He's gonna capitalize.
Look at that. He only sacked you once too. That's crazy.
Yep.
Mm.
All right, what else we got? So that was Bills and Ravens. That was a game of the week.
It was?
Yeah.
Yeah, we had 3 games of the week.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah, that was because he
And
fucking leading his
Hosian's updating
division.
Neon Sports right now.
Hosiani. I was like, why my phone
35
shaking?
points in the second. Jeez. That was the end of the game right there.
Pretty
What
much.
happened?
Yep.
You had 35 points in
Oh,
the second
yeah.
quarter.
Yeah. So thanks for bringing it up, Tranks. I need y'all to know because in Reggie, good player and everything, but when I knew I had the game in the bag, I took my starters out in the second half and let them cook. So you can look at the stats and everything. It don't look crazy, nothing like that. When you know you have the game in the bag, you know, you can run the ball, do what you got to do.
What is that you do? Game tip.
Mm.
Hey,
Look
I
at that.
got
You
those notes
almost
down
had
too. You know,
100
hey,
rushing yards with
I
a
got a
running
game
back.
tip at the end that a lot of people ain't doing. So I'm gonna give a game tip.
You
Go ahead,
almost
say it
had
again,
100
Mike.
rushing yards with a running back. Holy
Oh,
shit.
damn.
Shut up. All right, let's see. Oh, man. All right, there we go.
Texans Seahawks.
That was
Yep.
fun. I was down early. Dog told me to calm down. I was like, so you need to calm down. I'm like, I'm just saying. I think that pass after the first pass over the middle, his linebacker turned his back, started running towards the receiver, and just put his hand up to knock the ball down without looking. I'm like, are you serious right now?
Mm-hmm.
So Top Dog was just like, calm down, bro. It's only the first quarter. I was like, that was just dumb. But yeah, I got pissed when he threw that darn I don't know if it's a tight end pass or a running back pass up the field, and my guys all fell for it. And I'm just like, all right, that's it. Yeah. He cooked on the ground in the second half though. I just took away Metcalf. Go look at DK Metcalf's because I knew if you take away Metcalf, who's his main guy, he's gonna have a hard time.
Oh
So
Four
wow,
for
that's essentially
31.
that's crazy.
what I
And
did.
Metcalf, I think, is leading the league in reception,
Oh yeah.
receiving yards.
Yeah, and that's exactly why I took him away. Like you gotta throw to somebody else.
Hmm.
Good stuff, man. Good stuff.
Yeah. And Walker was breaking. I mean, I wasn't even
Hmm.
focusing on stopping the runs. He wasn't letting me run. That's the crazy thing. He's just like, nah, I'm making sure you can't run the ball. I was like, all right, I mean, I tried. So
Yeah, you
Mm-hmm.
definitely
Right.
tried.
tried. I just couldn't get anything going. I was like, I'm just wasting my time. So if you look at Stroud, he gave me the pass, so I took the pass.
Yeah. Dang, 6 touchdowns. Good job, man.
Yep. 5 of them to Brandon Jordan. He was not covering Brandon
He was
Jordan in
not
that
covering
game.
him. He's the only
Wow.
person he wasn't covering. He had
Yeah,
everybody
that's
covered. I'm
true,
like, all
actually.
right.
Hey, you sleep thing. Hey, check the tight end.
Yep.
Check the tight end.
Right.
I mean, if you're not gonna
But
cover him, I'm gonna throw it to him.
yeah,
Tell you what,
Good
he's
day.
that tight
literally
end is for real,
everybody.
man. In our game today, it took I think the whole I was gonna have to pull the whole team, all 52 players to tackle that damn guy.
I mean, you act like Brock Bowers didn't kill me. This dude's wide open
Nah,
all the
but
time. Like,
if somebody watched that game, that one catch that he caught underneath in the flat,
oh yeah,
and he bounced off
Hmm.
like 3 tackles, and then I was like, even the hit sticks, I was like, yo, this guy is Superman right now. What is he
Yep.
juiced up
yeah,
on?
But yeah, it looks like, with these stats, it looks like, Sleep was like just trying to feed Jordan the whole way. But
yeah.
I mean, it was literally
The
Jordan
only
would be
person
on
open.
one side of the field and everybody else would be on the other,
Hmm.
for the
Damn.
He
whole
covered
game.
everybody. Yeah, he covered everybody well. I couldn't get the ball to him. I'm like, damn, he got this dude locked down. He got this dude. All right.
Good win, man. Good win.
Yeah, much needed.
Yep. We see anything else, y'all?
That Bears Packers was kind of close.
Yeah, I was
Dolphins,
wondering
Jets.
what they were going to be doing against the Bears because the Bears are doing well this year.
Yes, he
Packers
is.
and it didn't look like it was as close as it was because of that
Mhm.
that first quarter, which
Yeah,
gave them a little bit
Hmm.
of a bump of a lead. But they were in the fight. It's just not scoring anything in the fourth, kind of what killed it.
yeah,
So, but I mean, the Packers not scoring, considering they didn't throw any picks.
Right. Only one turnover in the whole game.
yeah. Whole
Yeah.
game.
Well,
And then
two
your
actually.
game. And then your game.
Oh,
Yeah,
against Commanders.
yeah.
Yeah, I'm talking about Isaiah Nash, not Thompson. He's one of those guys that he's streaky. When it's rolling, he's rolling, and he can't be stopped. But once he starts throwing picks and you start shutting that run game down a little bit, at least early it was like I don't want to say he mentally checked out, but it was like I can't get it done. I can't. And once you start thinking like that, it's hard to win. You know what I mean? You gotta keep fighting. And considering the fact that he has such a few games behind the Cowboys, I don't know what the record is right now, but
Hmm.
he's gotta keep fighting because looking at the NFC wild card, there's a lot of teams close together.
Hmm.
I
Yeah,
don't know
around
if y'all went
seven,
over it.
seven, 8, 7,
We
8.
Yeah.
did.
Yeah.
Yeah. He can't give up. So this was a real important win considering I'm one of the teams that's fighting for one of those spots.
Hmm.
Like every time a win or a loss happens, the seating changes.
Mhm.
Yep.
And the good thing about this Madden that I don't remember seeing with the other Maddens, they updated this week based off the wins and losses that happened this week
Yeah.
versus having to advance it and see it updated. So that's
Yep.
always a good thing.
Mm.
But
Nice,
yeah,
nice.
it was a good game for me because I needed it, because I'm still fighting for a playoff spot. And Purdy had a good game, so that's always good.
So you didn't scream at Purdy that game, you're saying?
No, no,
No, he had a great
I didn't.
game. 156.2 QBR. Yeah.
I'm sure there are a couple
Okay.
things I was upset about, a couple incomplete passes, but
Hey, wait, real quick, what game was that you felt like Madden cheated you? Who were you playing against?
the Cardinals. It was against the
What week
Cardinals.
was that?
I'll
Wait, did
tell
we
you.
not go over that?
Yeah, that's what I was like.
I feel like we
The,
missed some.
the Cardinals was week 10.
It was a 10.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, we missed that. We didn't go over that week
We
last
did
time.
go over week 10 last time. However, there were a couple games that hadn't been played, and
Ah,
that might have been one of them.
Oh well.
Hey
yeah, yeah.
yo, I love Tranks. Tranks, no, he's my guy. But if y'all want the best laugh ever, go to my man's Twitch page, follow him, and just go to the last possession, and you will laugh. And what he said after the game to sleep.
Oh
No,
yes.
all right, let me. All right,
That was still on. That was still
Oh
his
yeah,
stream
I
was
was
still
pushing.
on.
His stream
Yes,
is
his
still
stream
on.
was
Yeah.
still
Yeah,
on.
you
Wow.
still viewing that? Yo, let me just to help you guys out.
You know, what do you think?
I think the young people now call it crashing out because that is exactly what I was doing, bro.
Yeah.
Like I
No, I'm
came
sorry, yo.
untethered. It was,
What the F you know? Click.
He was
you
like,
know,
why are they calling me right now? I'm distracted.
uh, I mean, my wife called me. He scored on that touchdown. My
Yep.
son came to the top of the stairs trying to give me hey, mommy, what's that? I was like, all right, I know.
hmm
Sleep's trying to talk to me. I'm cussing him out. Dog is, he's in the party like, hey man, well at least man, I don't care about no rival. I think I just left after that.
Hey,
Yo,
Trank,
Straight crashed
Trank,
out.
by far, I think that's the maddest I ever seen you
Oh my God.
on the
The whole
Yeah.
headset
fourth
in a
quarter.
game ever.
The
and
whole fourth
I
quarter.
think what's
Yes.
really funny too is the review afterwards because I was just losing it like because I felt like I mean, look, I'm not trying to knock Dorian, you know what I mean, because he earned his win, but I felt like I was fighting Madden, and it was like no matter what I did,
Yeah.
it was not going to work. So yeah, that was a bad. It was so bad. I even when I went to go get my wife, I was even yelling at her in the car on the way home. Man, it was she
Mhm.
was quiet the whole ride home.
So
He's like,
Mike,
I gotta go pick her up too.
In
what
the
do
in the
Yeah, I
wise
did.
words of Dog, sometimes you got to take that tape, throw it away, and forget it ever happened.
Mhm. Hey, I
Well,
said, Mike, he clicked out of the room. I was like, Mike, he's really mad.
yeah, yeah. It was, dude. It was bad, and I had to. I apologized to my wife like when we got into the house because I realized I was just unhinged. It's just fucking Madden, man. Come
Because
on.
I realized that the second I closed my eyes, I was getting hit in the
Oh,
Oh
back
my
of the head with
God.
a cast iron skillet.
Oh
well,
man.
she know when it come to this, she just got to give me some distance, and then I
Hey,
got into the
likewise,
party
Trank,
and apologized
likewise.
to them. I apologize
Huh?
to them because it was just. I mean, nobody really took it personally because they know that's not my normal. It almost never happens, but
I
I
was
just was just
crying.
He's like, you
This
still
one.
watching it? What do you think?
What do you think? I'm just asking you a question, bro. I'm not watching a thing. It's a stupid freaking question.
Yeah, it was it was hilarious. It's definitely worth. That's why I haven't taken it down because it is embarrassing, but to me, it's an example of taking the things way too
Man,
serious.
Tranks, don't be embarrassed, man. Dude, I love it.
Well,
Hey.
I can laugh at it
commend
because I
you
know
and
it's
Mike.
not my normal.
Hey, hold
Even
on.
Dorian sometimes. Dorian would have his mic on.
Yeah.
Who else had their mic on?
The Chargers, but he don't
The
get a
Chargers.
chance.
See, I need to
Colts?
follow him.
The
And the
Colts has
Colts.
his
Yep, the
mic on.
Colts.
Yeah.
And the
Big
Cowboys
Sean, the
too.
Cowboys, he do too.
Cowboys.
Yeah.
Yeah, I commend. And then Mike has his camera on at that, so we got to see his mug all the time when he's playing.
Damn right.
Well, that was
That was too. Hey, Dill, didn't he talk to you after the game and said the game cheated him?
Yeah, he
yeah.
called me. He called me. He was like, "Hey, go watch my game and then call me back." And so that night, I watched that work. I watched it a couple of times because I was laughing so hard. I kept on replaying the last series. I kept on playing it. And then I called him the next day. And I was like, dude, Matt didn't cheat you. Oh, what are you saying?
Oh my God.
It was good stuff, man. That's it.
All right.
Don't be embarrassed, man. That's that good raw emotion. Like we all take this game serious. Especially everybody in this room right now. We take this game serious. You just had your moment. And it's legendary.
Usually for me though, I mean, look, anytime I lose, I am not happy. But
of course,
usually like right after the game, I'll review with the tape or whatever, be salty, and then an hour or so later, I'm good. Not happy, but I'm good, right? For some reason, the way that one ended was just like I couldn't let it go, and I think it was I felt like I was being assaulted by people outside of the game, on top of being not cheated, top of having to fight the game at the same time. So it was just like it was a sensory overload, and I just it's either fight or flight, and I usually fight. So
right.
Hey,
my last time saying this, if y'all have not watched that game,
that week
go
10
to the
game,
last
week
series,
10 game, and
you'll have the laugh of a lifetime. All right, moving on real quick.
Jets Dolphins 2-point game.
Dang.
Jets
he
blew
had
that
the game
game.
won until he gave up 20 points in the fourth.
20 points in the fourth. Yep, it didn't score.
Hey, Sleep. Is that what you say? Playing with your food?
Yeah. You gotta keep your foot down, man. I mean, I've let people come back in games at the end because I'm up by a certain amount. I'm like, all right, man, just kind of chill, and then next thing you know, 7-point game. You're like, oh boy.
Yeah.
Well, look at this. Packers Vikings.
Wow.
A tie.
Wow.
Yeah.
An
I didn't even notice
overtime
that.
tie. I didn't either.
I didn't notice that either. Yeah.
Yeah, I noticed it.
Of course you did.
5 turnovers, bro.
Oh, well, hold on. Let's back it up. The Chargers got a win against the Eagles, 31-14.
Oh, man.
I saw his post. That was funny.
Oh man, amped up. Amped up, boy.
He was very amped.
Brian, I bet you won't go in there again and say, I know what he does. I'm good.
Yep.
He just thought it was
ran
fun
with a
games.
bounce back too. Yeah. Which is what they needed.
What
That's crazy. He held him in check the whole second half. That's pretty crazy.
Who's that?
The Eagles, the Chargers kept them in check on the second half.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Could do anything. He was throwing it right to him. Damn, Brian, what's going on? Got that man amped, boy.
Even with 193 rushing yards.
Yeah, well,
Brian
5
outscored
turnovers.
him. It was just those turnovers, and Brian just kept throwing them.
Oh, that was. You hate to see it.
Yep. I know what it feels like.
Right. What else we got?
Colts.
My game.
Colts.
Yeah.
Shoot, the Colts pulled out a big one, division game.
Yeah, division game, man.
He needed that one.
Yes, sir. Yeah.
That's why that's the best division in the league right now.
Definitely got
that gauntlet that I said he wouldn't go win any games. He's proven me wrong. He's pulled out a couple. Squeezed out a couple wins here.
Listen, he lucky he didn't play me the night before because he would have blown me out because I was exhausted. It's been a long couple weeks, man. But yeah, he started off quick. Got on quick, went for it. Don't know why I did it. I was just went for it, gave him an easy score, won the 2-play drive, pulled to 14-7. Again, he did some things differently this time on defense. I was like, oh, okay, that's what he's gonna live with. And he did it one too many times, and I just caught him slipping. Cover 2, can't play that cover 2 all day. So, but yeah, I had a chance at the end to tie it up, go to overtime, and I'm like, I just want to win. I just called the wrong play. I called a bad play.
Yeah.
I called the right play. I won that game. So,
he was excited, man. I was watching his stream. Woo!
I bet.
I feel it. I
It
feel
felt
it.
like, listen, I'm gonna tell you what. It kind of like Trink said before. It felt like I was fighting Madden too, because he got I had an interception, and I'm in front of him, and I tipped the ball. Instead of him picking the ball off, he tips the ball behind me, and his guy gets the ball and runs for a touchdown. I'm like, all right, it's gonna be that type of game. It's gonna be that type of game.
Yep.
Picked him off 3 times in the same quarter. The last one obviously was the end of the quarter, so I didn't get points out of it.
Right.
But yeah, it was one of them games where I felt good, but I was missing easy throws. 40 passes isn't me. I was missing easy throws. I mean? So yeah, I won't do that again.
Not
Yeah.
usual.
And there were a couple of your tips that went behind you, and he caught it. That touchdown was one. I think he had 2 others that were like that.
It was ridiculous. It was one of them games where it was just like, this is happening right now. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or my defense, my linebackers, I blitz. They're running into the back of the D tackle's back instead of blitzing through the hole and going to get He had this run, and I'll never forget this. My linebacker is supposed to shoot through the hole. Instead of shooting directly down, he goes to the left tackle and goes, I'm going to fight you, and let him run right there. I'm like, oh, my God, he wasn't even in the play. You just ran over to him. So, yeah, it was weird. The defense was doing some weird stuff. But, yeah, at the end of that game, if I call the right play, I won that game. And then shout out to him. He played a good game. Can't take that away from him.
No, good game. It was good. It was a fun game to watch. I'm going to call it out right here. The Brother Bowl. Twin, where have you been?
I don't want to take nothing away from my brother.
Justin, it seemed like your brother got your number, man.
Man, I don't want to take nothing. I don't want to take nothing
6
away
straight
from
wins for him
5
against you.
Mike 5. It's 5.
All right. 5.
And wouldn't that be 5 too many though? Because you used to dominate.
Yeah, man, I don't want to take nothing away from him, man. My offensive line, whenever I play him, his D line is just ridiculous. Josh Allen, to be exact.
Yeah.
Just go crazy on my right tackle, and I have to get the ball out quick. And sometimes I throw the ball too quick, and I'm throwing it right to his defenders. Yeah,
3 turnovers are unusual for you.
Yeah, it was a great win for him. I'm gonna get it together though. I'm gonna pass that right back.
You guys play one more time, or playoffs?
No, we played twice already.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah,
He's beat you 5 times in a row?
Yeah, 5 times in a row.
5 times in a row.
5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Don't say no more, man. He's just gonna keep asking you.
That ain't like me. I'm gonna get back, right?
Hey, but on the side, like, is he talking trash to you?
Oh man, of course, man.
You got to, man. When you're up right now, you got to take advantage of that because when the tide turns, it'll be the opposite.
The Titans are way worse. I mean, they way worse than last year, man. I'm still trying to get that team to where I want it to be. So there's going to be a couple more free agencies and draft picks. I have to, pack up that squad, man. They are terrible.
Even after an entire season, you weren't able to get them together?
Nah, that right tackle, man. I couldn't address that. Yeah.
But you know,
but you took all the picks, man. What you talking about? He couldn't. You know why he couldn't address it? You picked all the linemen in the damn draft.
All right, Raiders Giants.
Here's the thing though. With that team, you're doing more than anybody else I've seen with that type of roster. To be 10-4 with that roster is crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, so.
Yep. It says a lot about your stick work.
Whoa,
Raiders,
slow that down.
Giants.
Slow
Man,
that
shut
down.
up, man. Y'all know what
Slow
I'm
that
talking
down,
about.
yo.
That was crazy, Dill.
Yeah,
Oh
crazy
my
work
God.
there. And also, too, let me give you another kudos. A lot of people like to make excuses of what team they got, or
Yep.
nah, you got a guy that went back to back with pretty much the same team, you know, or even worse quarterback actually. So
Yep.
Malik
it's
Willis.
yeah, so it's really about what you do with what you got, So
Yes, sir. Stay. You got it, dude.
Raiders, Giants.
Massacre.
man, this is abuse, man. I
Okay,
gotta be
what was
looking
it?
looking at you
What did he
for a
say?
sanction.
I actually caught him. I actually was able to get him to play on the weekend.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
you
As
got
soon
him to
as we
play on the
advanced and he
weekend.
happened to jump on the party, he was like, hey, let's play.
Yeah.
Yeah, when the game was over, he's like, "This is why I don't play on weekends."
Yeah.
Yeah,
And right after that
yeah.
game, Ocean, he went to a white party and he had nothing but black on.
Oh my God.
You messed him up after that game, bro.
Oh
Tiger was
boy.
salty.
I just had a good game on that one. I just everything seemed to kind of go in line, and then he,
Yeah.
I went after his user because he was using the middle linebacker and took advantage, and I kept feeding Brock. Probably that's the best game I've had with him, all Madden. So even my
Yeah,
quarterback
Hatchet
had a good no turnovers. He
158.3.
had 4 touchdowns, 2 rushing touchdowns.
Mm.
So it was an overall good game stat wise. Even
Four
my run
turnovers versus nothing, too. You know what
Yeah,
I
Yeah,
mean?
no turnovers, 150 yards rushing. So I think Brock had 200 and something yards receiving. Yeah, it was a pretty good game. Yeah,
252. Yeah.
yeah.
Real
All
quick, shout
right.
out to Dog. Dog watching. Dog
Mm.
just told me
Enemy
he said, careful, Dill. I guess when I said
Yeah.
good stick work. Shut up, dog.
yeah. Enemy game.
I missed this one.
Yeah, he knocked out Lamar Jackson
Oh.
in
Yeah.
like mid second quarter.
Just for the
TJ
game.
Watt came up, grabbed. I need to go clip this one. But TJ Watt came up, grabbed Lamar Jackson after Lamar Jackson did a scramble, grabbed him, jumped up in the air, flipped over him, and pulled him down.
Damn.
Wow.
Look at
Yeah,
Dill's
it was
face. Like he could have
wild.
injured him for the.
I was hoping. Mm.
Hey, I tell you what. As far as injuries goes, they getting wild. I got 2 guys done for the season.
Mm.
Mm.
Yep. Um,
So
I
Hey,
you
mean,
better
for
be careful,
me,
Dill. Don't be rushing Lamar and losing for the
I'm
season.
just trying to clinch home field advantage and then everybody getting pulled.
Mm.
Hey, my ticket price gonna go to
I
$10
think you have
a
it
ticket.
clinched. I think you got it clinched, but um, Cam
Nah, you
Hayward
just
had a great day in
Nah.
this one. He
I don't
blocked
have
a
I don't
field
have
goal
home
and
field
an extra
advantage
point.
clinched. I got the
Um,
division, but I don't have home field.
Right.
okay,
Yeah,
Just to
yeah. You
finish
gotta.
winning out.
Yep.
so
You got sleep and all them right behind them.
Right. Yeah, that division.
You
yeah.
ain't got to worry about me. I blew enough games already, so you good.
All
Hey,
right,
speaking of that, hey,
week
Justin,
15.
like you and your brother ever thought about like going to like one of y'all going to a different division? Or y'all like playing each other?
Man, I like this division. Everybody get their games in. It ain't hard to get in contact with. So I want to stay put. Oh man, I don't want to go nowhere else. Everybody easy to get a hold of. So
Got you.
Yeah,
that's
Trench
always
tried to
good.
push me out, man. He tried to push me out last season.
Yep.
hey, y'all skipped over the Cowboys and
I was
Tampa
just about to
game.
mention that.
Thank
The
you.
Yeah,
Buccaneers
upset game.
just
Oh
just
yeah,
got
yeah,
upset
yeah.
Oh,
the
you
Cowboys.
know we,
Thanks
he
for
wasn't
seeing
letting
that.
us forget that.
Nah, man. Hey, man, the Cowboys, man, he looking like a fraud.
Body
Hey,
blow.
I'm gonna see Deshaun tomorrow morning. I'm gonna make sure I mention that.
Oh,
Body
well,
blow.
he couldn't stop Derrick Henry, man. 4 touchdowns,
Mm,
18 rushes, 176 yards, almost
What?
10 yards a
mm.
rush.
Yep.
He
Baker
was
Mayfield
killing
out there
them.
looking like Joe Montana.
Yeah,
Mm-mm.
Hey,
he
you're
had his
welcome.
number.
You
Yeah.
know
In fact,
why he
after
went
this
over?
game, Bucks actually I think it was during it or during the game or after it on Facebook said, "Thanks, Dill, for giving me Derrick Henry."
Mm-hmm. Hey, real quick before we move on, dog on here snapping again. He said, "Mike clipping everything but them toenails."
This dude.
Hey,
What in the world?
he's in that chat room just by himself, just having a good
Having a
time.
ball.
Just going
Having a
on.
good time in that chat.
Hey,
He's
dog,
like,
go to-
nobody
hey,
can
go to-
clap back. Nobody can clap back today because they
Hey,
are.
dog, go to practice mode. Practice on some plays, man.
All right, week 15.
Oh man.
Colts Chiefs.
Oh man, I seen a little bit of that game, man.
I
The
didn't
Yeah.
get
coach,
to catch that game.
the coach, man, he was missing a lot of reads, man. I'm
Hmm.
not sure if he understand what zero blitz is.
Hey, I think you said something in his comments, did you?
Yeah, I was
Yeah.
like, man, that guy missing so many reads.
Yep.
Dropping back, no safety over the top, and you just dropping back like you got all day. Oh man.
And we got to remember too. We didn't go over it. The Chiefs have lost Patrick Mahomes for this season and next season, and their star rookie, who became an
No, they're
X
X
factor
Factor.
this season,
Yeah.
for this season and next season. So they did not play in this game.
Nope.
AJ Richardson.
Yep. So
Yeah, but I think he's
That's
got
all.
his those guys that were injured. Some of those guys are back. The receiving core,
Yeah, and he
then
had a
he
quarterback dropped in his lap
and
literally
then yeah,
seconds
he got a
after
nice
that.
little present there with
Uh-oh.
Ritter.
Uh-oh.
So
No comment.
message.
Mm-mm.
Looking ridiculous.
Oh, a little home cooking going on.
Home
Mm-mm.
cooking. Oh, since we're talking about it, it's goddamn embarrassing. Like we don't like people don't watch transactions. Come on, bro.
Dude, it's it's
You're gonna
laughable.
you like you're gonna literally drop a guy and then pick him up right after and right after you know you need a quarterback. You've just been sanctioned, and then you're gonna go do that. Dog and I were talking about making some changes because the league is advanced to the point where we got the people that ain't really trying to play. We got a lot of those idiots out of there and da da da. I told him this, and this is before this dumb shit happened. I said, this league's not mature enough yet. This is a perfect example of a lack of maturity. And it took everything in me not to bring Jose on and kind of review that transaction. I'm gonna be honest with you.
we reviewed it, but we
Now,
just
yeah, but actually we talked about it, and I literally was looking off into the corner of the room because I didn't really want to. I don't
Admit to
feel that I
yourself.
could have. Excuse me.
You didn't want to admit to yourself
Oh no, I was
that
heated about
that
it,
that
but
that
it's
would happen
just
in this league.
no. All right, here's what on his face. Well, we really should talk about this at the end of the show, but we're here
Yes.
now. We're
No,
here
let's talk
now.
about it at the end of the show.
We're on week 15.
No,
There's no
no,
other.
we here. We talk
We're
Yeah.
here
because
now.
we've already done.
On his face, transactions like this stuff happen, right? You can cut somebody, and let's theoretically say, my starting tight end, I know I'm not going to resign him, and I honestly really don't want. Let's say I don't want the Arizona Cardinals to pick him up, and I say, hey, Mike, I know you need a tight end. I'm about to cut this guy. I know I can't resign him, and I want to start my rookie behind him, right? I'm cutting this guy. You want to pick him up? I don't know if he needs a tight end or whatever. I just don't want him to land in the NFC. Okay. Stuff like that happens in the NFL. Stuff like that happens in the league. I've seen it happen with other people. So that was my main reason why. And by the way, with Harrison's passing, I'm in charge of the transactions and watching them and stuff. So I'm seeing all this stuff. That is the reason why I didn't really want to penalize anybody because technically on his face, there's nothing wrong with it. It's just so fucking obvious that there's that home cooking when we literally took away the guy's as a punishment, we took away his quarterback for the rest of this season and the rest of next season. That's really what Dill said. He's not, those guys aren't injured. They were taken out because of a penalty. And then because he doesn't think he can win with his backup, a guy just cuts the guy, and a second later, the guy picks it up. That's obvious they were in the same, and it's a little embarrassing.
Wait. Not just a guy.
Yeah, yeah. A
His
24
brother.
year old, a
His
24-year
brother.
old quarterback. No, I understand.
Yeah.
24-year-old quarterback.
Dude, you should hide your camera, bro. Your face
24-year-old quarterback
feels like
that I think they either traded for or had on a contract, and the guy behind him is like 67 overall, and the guy that he cut it was like, I don't know, he might have been 76, 77,
he was
maybe
his
almost
backup.
80.
No, you could tell it was his
He
backup.
was his backup. And it was obviously the guy's not going to be a starter. But with that happening, it's almost like, and I'm talking to the other guy, not the guy that was penalized. It's almost like you're trying to give the people that penalized him the middle finger. And you're also giving the rest of the league the middle finger doing something like that. And it actually shows me, how you feel about the rules, the penalties. It actually, I have a different perspective on the two of them this season. And I didn't think I'd have to go there because most of the time, I think I've been penalized for uh, almost a season or an entire season. I think everybody in
Yes,
this
sir.
party and this on the show has been penalized at one point or another. They take the penalty, they keep it rolling. It's not personal. You know what I mean? I'm like, well, I don't penalize Jose. I don't penalize people because we don't like people. Quite frankly, I'd rather not have to do any of this. All but you got to do it to keep some type of control so this thing doesn't get out of control. But I was just, I hate sounding like a parent, but I was very disappointed when I saw that. I said, I was, oh fuck it, I'll say it. These motherfuckers ain't shit doing this. That's literally what I was thinking. I'm just being honest. That's what my gut said, and I was embarrassed to see it. And I'm sure I'm not the only one feeling that way. I'm just honest enough to say it out loud.
I'm sorry, FNG, to get Trent riled up like that.
Yep. All right. So on to some more games so we can finish this part up.
Yeah.
Philadelphia over Washington, 47-20.
Shocker.
You know,
I didn't know
Saquon
that
Jalen
happened.
was
Hurts. Jalen Hurts,
Jalen Hurts.
147.6, 224 yards, 3 touchdowns.
Jesus.
Yep.
Mhm.
Saquon, 217 with 2.
Oh, 24 attempts. Is there a pattern here? That video I put up in Facebook was exactly right. That
Was perfect, yeah.
Saquon, well, he had a one for 74, and he had another one for like 70. He was killing them, bro. Killing
Chargers
them on
taking
the
his annual
ground.
beating.
Yep, Chargers did.
Was he broadcasting that game?
I
Chargers?
can't remember.
I don't know.
I don't know. I don't know
I'd
if
be
he did or
curious to see
not.
was that watch it over and see what his comments was. He's
I think I
calm.
missed it. If he did, I missed it.
Nah, he's
Broncos,
too busy commenting on my game. See what happens when you don't pay attention to what's in front of you. You worry about
Yep.
me.
Kittle was back for that game though. Kittle had 8
Okay.
catches for 102 yards because he's been injured for
Yay.
like the past 5 weeks, 6 weeks.
Y'all
Oh, he
noticed
actually
who
came
mentioned
back.
Kittle was
Wow.
back, right?
Well, he's actually been
Yeah.
complaining the fact that he was
He was
playing with
injured.
all these bums. Yeah, he
Oh,
was
really?
injured.
So Kittle
Yeah.
lost him all those games. Okay, now I know.
I
Yeah.
don't think so, but
All right.
let's see.
Looking at the Saints losing to the Dolphins.
They had to play
And
4
the reason why I bring
times.
that up is the Saints was on fire last season.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
And you know what Justin said earlier in the show, this dude might be a fraud.
Mm-hmm.
That's funny. All right.
Let's see this game right
what's the
here.
hurt? Is Kamara hurt? Because he usually
Yeah.
kills people with Kamara.
Yeah, because he wasn't in there. This game
got
right
him.
here is the example of what happens when you take your foot off the gas.
Off the gas, yeah.
Yeah.
Gotta keep it going.
I gave up 21 points.
Did you put in your backups or you just
No, I just said, okay, I'm up by 20 21 or up by 24. I'm just gonna sit here and run the ball, and it was stop, 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 stop. And then one of them, I was like, oh, I'm gonna throw over here, get out of that, and threw a pick that he took back to the one.
You don't do like the other
Bless.
guys do to me when they're up. They just
Bless.
keep going and score field goals. They just keep going and score field goals. You can still score. You just gotta
What I
score field
should
goals.
it's what I should have done. I just didn't. I took my foot off the gas and
Okay.
then let him back in. So
Bro, he had 28 first downs to your 19. That is insane.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, and I mean Justin Jefferson,
Was making incredible
caught
catches.
everything that went to him. I mean, and that's Justin Jefferson. So,
Yes, sir.
but I mean, Justin Fields, 17 and 19.
It's
The
not a
two
bad
that he
day.
didn't complete was a pick and one that was in the receiver's hand that got knocked out. Najee 20 for 112. Roman Wilson, 133 for 5. I mean, he and Justin Jefferson had very similar stats, even with the long.
All right.
So yeah, I mean, it was a game where it came down to me taking my foot off the gas and not going down and trying to get those field goals.
All right. What else we got? What's next?
Green Bay all over the Giants. I don't know why I thought that game was going to be closer.
No, yeah.
Yeah. I
We ain't
mean,
gotta go through that.
he gave it up
Okay.
on in the first
We ain't
quarter.
gotta go over that, man. Come on,
Damn,
y'all.
dude.
Stop wasting time, man. Come on, y'all. Damn.
Texans Raiders this morning, Cardinals Seahawks yesterday. What's
I
with this
actually was
Rams
watching
Titans
that Cardinals
game?
Rams
Seahawks
gave
game.
you fight
I didn't
there.
know who I was who I was rooting for in that game.
Who you're rooting for there?
Justin.
Yeah.
Man, you know what? I had a team
Justin.
meeting. I had a team meeting.
It was like Justin.
And part of the meeting was the get his quarterback to fumble. Man, I did everything. That's probably how he came back in the game. I was sending heat trying to get that guy to fumble, man. He was throwing out of passes. He was making some incredible passes in the second half. Man,
Did you have was your team meeting at halftime and just say let him score every time he has the ball? Because damn.
what second
Dude,
half,
you was
man,
up by what, 24 in that first half?
Yo, I said
Yeah.
this game's over in the second quarter. I was like, this is game. And then the Cowboys owner was like, man, what's going on in
No.
this game? How you
Hey,
came
I'm
back?
sorry.
And
This
somebody
is the
said,
definition of taking your foot off the gas.
Well, the Will
Yep.
Levis effect, man. You know, sack, strip, fumble,
mm,
right pass.
Right.
I think I threw a pick six, fumble, recovery.
Jesus.
Yeah, Jeremiah.
Levis was responsible for 4 turnovers himself. 2 fumbles and
Yeah.
2 picks.
Yeah.
Jeez.
We managed to get the dub though, so I guess that's all that
Got out of there, huh?
I got out of there.
Right.
Yeah, I was
All right.
unable to complete that task. Oh man, I was everybody at.
Hey,
But you came out with the W. That's what counts.
Yeah,
Ocean.
Sure.
The last game is the Jets Falcons, and I'm not specifically the Jets Falcons game, but are the Jets still not in Discord?
Yes, so the
They
only
are
ones not
in Discord, not in Neon Sports.
Correct. The only ones out of Neon Sports.
So everyone's in Discord now.
Yes.
Awesome.
hey,
'Cause
no, hey, Tranks, this is the key. Has everybody paid?
Yes. Everybody's paid.
Oh,
We got the last dues were put in.
Yep.
We're good.
All right.
The
While
lines
I'm
are
in
paid.
Xbox, and before we go to the top 10, because I'm sharing and I want to say this, we have a lot of new users and we have some other users who just don't ready up after their games.
Oh yeah.
So, is it user settings or franchise?
I think it's in the members.
Options and then
No.
go to members.
no.
It's
Oh,
not
you're talking about the
members.
setting itself?
No.
I'm sorry.
No.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yes.
how to do it? Oh,
Yes.
okay.
Yeah. So
They're gonna leak.
yeah.
Franchise settings,
Franchise settings.
league settings.
and then come
And then-
down to where it says league advancement and choose auto
Yep.
right there. As soon as you
That's
play your
simple.
game, it will advance. You can still run
That's simple.
practice, do all your other stuff, unlike previous Maddens. So set that, please.
we got 9
So,
people right now watching, so I know some of y'all
go ahead
ain't
and set
done
it.
that.
Go ahead and set it. Might as well. You ain't doing nothing else.
Do with your life.
Right.
Do-
I mean, look, right now we got the Lions. I don't know if they haven't played their game yet, but
No, Lions play tomorrow.
okay. Lions, Panthers,
Panthers played.
Saints.
Saints played.
I haven't played my game, that's why I'm not
I
ready.
played by, but
Look at this.
it's gonna be a
Dog plays
forced
tomorrow.
Dog doesn't play his. Dill his.
Dills is gonna be a sim, so he didn't.
Force win, yeah. Or force loss.
Or
There's
Yeah.
the
force win, my fault.
Jags. And
Jags
these
play
ones
me.
are.
Jags
Oh,
play
Yeah,
me.
Jags play
Jags.
you.
Yeah.
Okay. And these two are a sim. So today we're looking pretty good. We got two of them that haven't readied up after their game.
Because our division is usually pretty good. So
Yep. And ours is too.
yeah.
See,
So it's not as
Dorian
bad as we
actually.
thought.
No, but it has
No.
been the past few weeks.
Yeah.
So, all right.
All right, top 10, y'all.
Top 10.
We're gonna need that. Thank you, Mike. I appreciate it, brother.
Still not update. Well, updates after this week.
Yeah, it
'cause
should
I'm
be
not
update. Yeah, but you got.
Yeah.
I think the
I'm not
biggest
9 and
changes
4.
were.
And Justin's
Yeah.
not 9 and 4.
I'm 13-1 now.
All
There.
right. Well, I mean,
Yeah, it changed a
There you
little
go.
bit now with the
There you go. Yeah.
yeah. Let me look.
Hey,
I actually
who did the Falcons
I didn't
lose
refresh
to?
my screen, Mike. So it looks. Let me see.
The Colts early in this when he first got back in the league. The first
Right.
game back, he had to play the
Yeah.
Colts. He
He
got whooped pretty bad. Yeah.
Right.
But our
Yeah,
whole
so it
division is
looks
in the
like
top 10.
the Bears actually went up, moved up.
Bears went up 2, Bengals went up 2, Chiefs
Yeah.
and Cowboys both went down 2, Jags, Titans up 1, Texans down 2, and Colts up 1.
Yeah. Colts still hanging in there.
Yeah.
Yep.
He's got a shot.
Yeah, Colts are still hanging in there. And you got some guys down there. The Eagles look like with their sporadic wins and losses, they've gone up. They've jumped up 2 slots.
Yep.
So we'll
The
see.
Seahawks
in that
go
top
down
58.
to the advance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll play him next.
Oh, he's gonna go down again. You mean?
Hey,
He's
hey,
going
He'll go
hey,
down even
Justin,
more
be
because
nice,
he
be
lost
nice.
3 straight.
All
Be
right.
nice, Justin.
Yeah.
All right.
All right, fellas.
I'm gonna help Tranks out.
All right,
Appreciate
league.
So that's
that.
good since he can't.
All right, and we got to keep it moving. Keep it moving. League news, y'all. League news. All right, we talked about it a little bit just a minute ago about the sanction that the Chiefs owner got.
Yeah.
Patrick Mahomes is out the rest of this season, all of next season. Also, the rookie wide receiver, what's his name?
AJ Richardson.
AJ
Yeah.
Richardson is out for the rest of this season, also next season. I know he tried to appeal it, didn't work. He tried to, fight his case on the matter, but the majority of the league was like, dude, you on your own on this one. Like, you know what I'm saying? It was a few guys was like, they didn't see what the issue was, but majority of the people in the league, like, come on, man, that hasn't been done.
I know, like, but there was a few guys I know, and they were talking and asking why there was why we were sanctioning for, and I don't think once we kind of narrowed it down and started pointing out some of the things with the stats that were broke. I mean, you break 7 records in one game, which are season ending. Some of these were seasonal goals you broke, halfway through the season, in one game. He broke single season game records, season records, weekly records, and then you add all those in there, and then you add the weekly accolades with you get the weekly awards, the end of the year awards. It's a
Yeah.
lot.
Possibly rookie of the year. Yeah.
That's a lot that people don't understand that, game Madden now is all on XP. You guys to develop, and right now we're in our league where we don't even get those, what it was called, those
Breakout messages.
yeah, so you don't even get those breakout messages. So for someone to break all those records in one game, I mean, it's just crazy, and then you take away from the guys that are working on their players, it's just not fair. It's truly not
Yeah.
fair. I mean, it wasn't fair to the new owner to go through that. It's not fair for the guys that are playing their games correctly, playing, doing the things right, all year long to all of a sudden have one game take all
Mhm.
that away. You know what I'm saying? You got guys chasing records, or not really records, but trying to get their rookies up to par, and you take all that away in one game. It wasn't just the scoring, it's just everything that
It's about as
followed with
selfish
it.
as you
So,
possibly could be.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's
So
selfishness.
speaking of that, Mahomes got over 5,600 experience points, over 2,000 legacy points, plus 24 morale.
All
Mhm.
right. So, hey, real quick, I'm gonna stop y'all. Justin, and everybody in this group, you're the only one I have not heard about. Your thoughts and feelings about that situation alone. How do you feel about what the Chiefs did to the Vikings? A new owner, his first game in the league, and
Yeah, I didn't
yeah,
like it. That's not football to me. I mean, he took advantage of a bad situation. He took advantage of an owner. Um, Especially with somebody like myself, I had to grind to get my guys up, and I have some guys I'm trying to get up and get their depth traits up, and after seeing them stats, I was like, oh man, nah, that's not real, man. That was like some old arcade stats.
yeah.
Like, come on, man.
So
Nah,
NFL
man.
blitz.
Yeah.
Yep.
And
Yeah.
Man.
hey, the
That,
crazy thing
that
is,
rookie wide receiver, 9 touchdowns. Come on,
yeah,
dog. You give him every opportunity you can get.
yeah.
I didn't
And
like it.
he was already X Factor, I believe. So there's no point in him doing that, getting
So
rookie of the year, getting all
sleep.
that
So
stuff wouldn't help.
all right,
Yeah.
saying that sleep, and correct me if I'm wrong. Has anybody ever had a rookie in their first
No,
season become an X factor?
no,
Not
not like
me.
that. I ain't seen
Yes.
that.
Like that.
Yes.
Yes.
It took it
Yes.
took me second. It took me 2 years to get my
Oh,
defensive tackle last time like
Yeah,
that.
as a
well,
matter of fact, he got Xavier Worthy to X Factor last season.
last man, I drafted a strong safety, and I was able to get him an X factor, but that was not till I played in the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, I
But
Yeah,
got
if you're
Trey
talking
Lance.
about
I got
midway
Trey
through,
Lance
is
to an X
yeah.
Factor his rookie season.
yep.
It's possible to do, but the scenario we're in, because we didn't reset the league, you don't have breakout messes, so it's way harder to get your player up to X
Yeah.
Factor or
Exactly.
Superstar or whatever.
Yeah.
On top of the fact, you got guys, and I'm sorry, this is gonna hurt little Justin, but he passed for like 6,500 yards. I don't know. You were just a passing motherfucker, and seeing him do that almost makes him want to give up. Now, he didn't tell me this, but it almost makes him want to give up because like how's he ever going to pass Mahomes after dropping almost 800 yards in the game when this person's first experience in FNG, this is what he gets exposed to. It's like the guy had no consideration about anybody else in the league, no consideration about this first person's opportunity to see what this league is about versus any other league he was in. And that's why I said it was selfish. It just was. He wasn't thinking about anybody else but him, his stats, and the XP he was getting, and it's deplorable. And I'm not trying to beat a man down that we've already punished, but because we're talking about it, I have to bring it up. It's
gotta bring awareness
does
to
not
it.
represent it does not represent FNG at all. Now look, if it was so bad, we would kick them out. Okay, so it's not to that level. I'm just trying to impress on all these other people. This is not what you do. I understand you got a rivalry going, and it's with an agreed rival. Yeah, scores can get kind of crazy. I understand. We understand that, but this was like 100. He dropped 100 points, bro. 100 points.
Yeah.
I mean,
And when
and
you're
we
scoring
have the
like
right. I
that,
mean, piggyback on what Tranks is saying, that's what the rival games are for. If you guys have a rivalry and the game gets a little bit out of control, we kind of understand. But we've had games. I mean, we've had guys sanctioned for things like this for stat padding, and it's a
yeah,
little bit more. We tend to be a little bit more strict on this because of the fact of the impact that it has because of the XP that you gain throughout the season for your players. It's when you get a
Yeah.
game like this and you don't pump the brakes, and you can tell you didn't pump the brakes. And we listen to all the different things, and
Doesn't hold water.
it just doesn't make
Sorry.
sense for some of the things
Yeah.
that the how it occurred and how it went down. And it doesn't take long for me and Tranks to look through a game, look at even just looking at the score before we start diving into stats, we already know something ain't right. And when we
I
start
do.
going in and
I'm
stuff,
watching it.
And
I'm watching a lot. I was like, dude, don't score another touchdown. It was 84 to whatever. I mean, it was a lot. You know, he didn't have a lot of
yeah.
points. And I
And
texted him. I was like, dude, don't score another touchdown. And then he was like, no, I'm getting 100. I'm like, no, don't do it. Don't do
A
it, dude. It's
question for
already
the
bad.
granted, there's a
Right.
lot of times in these situations where we expect the losing opponent to do their due diligence as well to kind of end the game. You chew the clock. Don't go out there and try to throw passes and try to score because at this point the game's over. Just do your
you're
best
not
to try
that
to
guy,
end it.
dude. If you had a whole game, you're not that guy. Just get the game over
Yeah.
with.
So just try to
I
help your opponent, help each other end the game so there's nothing suspected as being fishy, but there was a new owner and I guess they know each other from another league, so they're in another league together. We did take that into consideration, but unfortunately because he's new to our league, and we have standards that didn't really hold a lot of water when it came to,
Exactly.
hey, this
Yeah.
guy, we play each other and this is how it is. I'm like, well, that's why that league is the way they are, and I'm sure it isn't run the way we run it. So,
Correct.
but yeah, it's just one of those games. I'm sure it got out of hand, and he's, in his eyes, he's like, I'm gonna do something that ain't been done, and just didn't think about it. It wasn't a smart move. I'm sure looking at Dill's like, I said stuff, I did what I could, but it just, it didn't hold no weight, unfortunately. He did what he did. So,
No. And
but
like
kudos
and
to him.
like
I
Frank
give him
said,
kudos because he did appeal. He did say his part and he accepted the punishment.
yep.
So he didn't leave the
Yeah.
league. And like like we tell people, we sanction you. The intent isn't to make you want to quit and leave the league. It's just to get you to understand there's rules, there's standards, and the things just like we're held to a certain standard as commissioners, we hold you guys as owners as well. So to hold, the league, the integrity of the league and certain things as well. So it's just one of those things. It's unfortunate. Like Tranks mentioned earlier, we have all been sanctioned for something at one point. We don't like being sanctioned. We don't like being punished for something that we don't think we did wrong. But it is the nature of the game at this point when with the rules set in place for FNG. So, but again, kudos to him. He took the punishment. He's dealing with it. He's moving forward. Hopefully, he's learned from it, and hopefully, the rest of the league understands. Even though the scores are out of control, we are watching. We are looking. So don't assume that you're gonna sneak something by and score 70 points or something and be like, well, they ain't gonna notice. We're looking at stats. We know. So if you get a sanction for something, you can't say you ain't been warned. So
got a
And
question for the two commissioners.
sure.
So if something like this happened again, are y'all able to strip draft picks instead of like suspending a guy for an entire season?
Well, I'll say this: the entire penalty wasn't actually listed, so I'll try and list it. The two players who essentially were padding their stats, Mahomes and AJ Richardson, both X factors, were reduced to star and normal.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay, but most people don't know that. So everything that he was fighting for and working for was reduced. Any stat that was increased because of awards or whatever, they were reduced too. Um, his speeds, the receiver in particular, both his speeds were reduced to 90. He was at 98
damn near 99.
speed, 99 acceleration. The dude
Yeah.
was ridiculous already. It was kind of a real unnecessary situation. Uh, and he's out. They're both out for the rest of this season and the rest of next season. So he will have them available to him in our final season, our fourth season. unless we start getting these advanced faster, we can maybe get a fifth
Get a
season in.
5
But
season.
It
Yeah.
sounds like he need
Right.
a welcome back party for that shit. God, oh.
well, we have to make it we have to make it such that he really the players pay for almost like they doped up. You know what I mean? Because
Yeah.
we didn't suspend the owner, right? We could have done that too, but
Yeah,
we didn't
that's
suspend the
true.
owner. So he still has a chance to make his playoffs and play, win the Super Bowl or get his wins or whatever and affect the league. We didn't kick him out of the league. But to answer your question directly, Justin, we could penalize him however we want. We could make him draft the lowest over, tell him the lowest guy you have to draft. We could do that. Um, and we could actually, even if he for some reason can't make it, we could turn that player into the lowest overall player. Just edit the player. There are a lot of
Mhm.
options we have. So it'd be a waste the draft pick anyway. Uh, so there's options. We try to be as gentle with the penalties because I'm not going to say, well, I don't have no cut cards. If I think you're cheating, I'm gonna call that shit out. All right. For a lot of penalties, I've said, oh no, this shit ain't gonna fly, and this is what happens. But I don't believe he was cheating. Okay. And I've been in the position, Jose, I'll tell you, I've been in his position where I'm mad at the owner for not ending the game. So I'm like, all right, fine, you know what I mean? And he ended up having to penalize me for that. So
Yeah.
there's a little bit of kind of understanding that comes to you laugh because you remember when we were because I was actually fighting, not fighting, I was appealing my penalty too, you
And
know.
mind you, fellas, I was on the mic with him saying, "Tranks, don't do it. Tranks, don't do it." He did it anyways, and I was like, now I gotta stop talking to you because I gotta punish you.
Right, right. And that's the reason why I said it was selfish because I know that mentality. I wasn't thinking about anybody else but myself and I guess I felt offended, so you know. So uh yeah, like Dill said, it's over. We're beyond it. He's still in the league. We
we
didn't kick him out of the
we
league.
had a, we had to talk about it, of course, on the show. You know what I'm
Huh?
saying? We won't bring it up again, you know. And he's cooler head, he's fine. You know, of course, at the very beginning, you know, he tried to plead his case, and I think he needs to write a book because he knows how to text and have a long, multiple paragraph
Hey, he
conversation.
did. I
So
was I was actually telling Tranks, I was like, I'm actually, even though I had to sanction him, I was like,
Mhm.
he became a lawyer all of a sudden. He's like,
exactly.
here are these sections from the Constitution, and here
Mhm.
are other people like pretty much like other cases. These are other games with similar stats and scores and
Mhm.
all this stuff. So I applaud him. He did everything he could to appeal and plead his case, but
Which I
Mhm.
get, but it wasn't enough. Like
yeah.
don't
But you're supposed to do that. Just so
yes,
Yeah.
you know,
yes.
if you're,
Yeah.
let me say this too. Hopefully, everyone watches this entire show because these are important points. If you get penalized, right, and let's assume you don't like the penalty, you don't like the sanction, you don't like what it is. I know you don't like it because you're penalized, but let's say you would like an adjustment. If I or Hosian ask you, what don't you like about the sanction? What are you appealing? If you say, I don't like the length of the penalty, I understand I have to be penalized, but the length is a bit much. I think it's excessive. Or maybe this person shouldn't be reduced or whatever. You have to list that type of stuff. But if I ask you, hey, what don't you like about the penalty or what don't you like about the sanction? And you say, there's nothing I can do. It is what it is. You do that, I'm gonna be honest with you, it ain't affecting me. I don't give a damn. I'm out, then the penalty stays. You have to tell us what you want adjusted when you appeal your sanction. It's not my job to give you suggestions of what to appeal. It's not my job, to argue for you. You have to argue your own case. And I don't think people understand that part of the appeal. Lastly, on that, at least for me, the appeals process is done behind the scenes. It's not going to be done in the public. And the reason why that is I'm not going to use anything you say in private against you in the public. But if you start talking outside of court, let's say, about I did this and I felt everything you say out there is going to be used in the appeals process. If you say I didn't even care about the rules, I'm going to say that you even admitted in Discord or in Facebook or in the inbox that you didn't care about the rules. I'm going to use that against you just because court of public opinion is not going to win you your appeal. You got to appeal behind scenes, just so
Yep.
everyone knows that.
Yep.
I don't know if you got anything else, Jan, but it's
No,
important
I
for
mean,
people to know
yeah,
that.
just like he said, just kind of, indicate what it is you don't feel is right. I mean, it doesn't mean it's going to change. Some of the rulings will stay the same, depending on the issue, because we try to make sure we keep, when we punish people or the sanctions are there, they're pretty much similar. If you look at this one, the punishment was a little bit, some people feel it was a lot, but it was in line what we did with the previous ones. People's players got, uh, stats were changed, attributes were changed,
Yep,
they were benched. The players, the owners themselves, got, had to take losses for some of the games. They missed a couple weeks.
yep.
So we try to keep the consistency there. So it's not like this was something that hadn't been done. I think the biggest thing was because of the magnitude of the game and the score and the other things
Hey,
broken.
real quick, we got too much background. Whoever that
Yeah,
is.
I think that's sleep.
Is that me?
Yeah.
Oh, it's my daughter chipping.
No, you good, man.
Yeah. But
Nora,
but if you look at
calm
it, like
down
I
a
said,
little.
it's consistently the punishments are the same. So, and we've had a couple games like this. This isn't new. I think just the magnitude of it was different. But this is the first time we've had that big of a discrepancy with the score
Yep.
and the stat padding. So, and again, kudos to him. Kudos to everyone in the league. We try to avoid, like Trank said earlier in the podcast, we don't like punishing people. I mean, the rules are there. They're laxed. We don't want to make it to where we're limiting what you can and can't do. We're telling you how to play your games. We can't make a rule for everything. Some of the stuff is um,
Implied.
implied, you should kind of understand how that works. Um, but moving forward, this is, like I said, we talk about it now, we'll move forward with it. Hopefully it doesn't happen again, and we can just keep running the league the way we're doing. And hopefully we don't have to make changes because, I don't feel that the rules are in place right now. I think they're fine. If something is dramatic, you guys, we always give you guys
Yep.
the options to vote. Voting, this seems to be a hard thing here for the league. Guys come up with like suggestions or whatnot, and then you don't get the full. Uh, uh, Pretty much everyone doesn't really get involved or engaged as they should, but we don't discourage you from doing it. So definitely, if there's something you guys feel that needs to be voted on,
No, screw that. Screw that. Just don't do it. All right, so let's drop it. Just don't do it. Just don't do it. Hey, real quick, shout out to Joe Williams. He said, "What's up, fellas? Haven't watched the podcast over a year. Keep up with this great league, guys."
Oh wow, Joe Williams.
Oh,
He's been
What's up,
good.
Joe?
away for a while.
Blast from
Hey,
the
Joe.
past.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, now
Arizona,
I got
right?
sanctioned for Joe Williams since you want to
Shut up.
comment. I got
All right. I do have. If anybody want to share a tip.
Oh, wait,
y'all
new
can.
users. New users first.
What do
We haven't
Oh, the new Dorian. We got another Dorian in the
new
league too
Dorian.
now. What
Who,
is
the
it?
Vikings?
Dorian Williams?
Yep.
yes.
Hey,
The Vikings
wait,
owner?
wait. Let me say this because I gotta go. We way over my thing.
Okay.
All right, real quick tip. One of my tips that I'm giving out, and it's probably some of y'all know, some of y'all probably don't know. Play action. All right, do y'all know how to cancel play action when you press hike? All right,
Right
you hit the
stick.
right trigger as you press hike. Instead of going through the whole motion with play action, you can press right trigger and it'll cancel the play action. That's one of my tips. Fire, you go to practice mode and work on that. All right.
Thanks, Dale. I'm gonna do that now.
Hey, man, that's so
I
funny.
need tips for
I
defense,
gotta go,
man. Give me
fellas.
tips for
All right.
defense.
Yeah, man.
All
All right. Later, Dale.
All right, bye.
All right, bud.
Oh man, listen.
All right. So new Dorian.
Yes. I think that's it. That's it. We just had the new owner, and he's actually a college player, right? They won the
No.
He
Um,
just won the national championship.
yes.
Is he?
The Vikings,
Yeah.
the
I
Vikings
don't
owner.
think he is. I
Yeah.
think
Yeah.
that's his
Yes.
other son. Okay.
No, no. That's his son. He's actually plays for Ohio State. He just won a national champion. We got an actual national champion in our league right now is Minnesota Vikings. The same division
Go
as his
blue.
dad.
Go
I
blue.
said go blue.
Hey man, I'm a Notre Dame fan, and I was rooting for Ohio State in that game just for him.
I wanted them
So,
to
Oh,
tie. I
absolutely.
don't like either one in school, but congratulations to that young
yeah,
man.
congrats, Dorian. Good to have you in the league. Hopefully, some of your other teammates can play as good as you or better, and are interested. In case we have another opening. Um,
Yeah.
but
It looks like his game, he's kind of mellowed out. That some of the other games have been a little closer and
mhm,
not as wild. So
he'll figure it out,
Yep.
or he won't.
I
Look,
think that's no, he won't. Yeah,
hey,
I'm
I'm
not
gonna
sure.
just
I
say
think that's
something real quick.
what's up.
Go ahead,
No,
finish your
you're good.
thought.
You're good.
Look, man, I'm gonna take this time real quick. I don't know if he's watching. Dorian Rhodes, I'm gonna apologize to him for that nonsense before, man. My part, anyway, my part on it. Apologize for that. I didn't quit. We all know I didn't quit, but the game just does what the game does. But the back and forth was just, it wasn't necessary. So I apologize to that man. He's a good dude. You know what I mean?
Nah, he
Another
sucks.
thing,
I don't like Dorian at all. No, I'm glad. I'm glad now. I'm just kidding.
I didn't get a chance to do that when y'all were talking because I had to go. Another
Mhm.
thing is, man, if you got somebody in your family that you haven't talked to in a while, man, pick up that phone, man. I lost a couple people that were pretty close to me recently, man. Almost in the same week recently.
Oh
So
wow.
that's kind of why I've been,
Yeah.
kind of why I've been kind of extra tired or whatever. Just, I've been trying to get the games in and try
Mhm.
to keep focused. But yeah, man, lost my stepbrother out in California was murdered. And then
Wow.
my wife's only aunt passed away last week, and we had the service on Sunday and Monday. So yeah,
Yeah.
it says pick up that phone, man. I was just thinking about that cat, and I was gonna hit him up and got the news. So yeah, pick up that phone, man. Pick
Life's
up that
short. You got to
phone.
get as much as you can out of it, man.
Absolutely.
Definitely want to send out our thoughts and prayers to the passengers in the DC airliner that went down, that collided with the military
Yeah.
helicopter
Real wild.
in Reagan Airport, and just definitely pray for them, because I know that was a shock, especially for the civilians that
Yeah.
went down.
Yeah.
I'm sure they recovered. Just a quick update: they recovered, almost 40 of the bodies,
Yeah.
but they're still doing that. So no
Yeah.
matter what happens, we all know this is a game. We got real life outside of this, and
Absolutely.
it's important. Sometimes these things gives us perspective on what's real and what's important versus
Hmm.
you know these digital engagements we have. So
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah. It is nice that we can all be a part of something big in the league because we're all from all different locations. You got a
yep.
couple of us now in Europe. You got me,
Mhm.
Prince, the Patriots owner.
Yep.
Hmm.
There's a couple of us out overseas that we're still tied to the league. And you guys are scattered throughout the state, so
Yeah.
And
All
half
over.
the leagues
definitely
and half
nice
the
that
leagues in Cincinnati.
yeah.
That too.
Yeah. So it is nice that we can all we have this to kind of bring us together and from all walks of life. But yeah,
Yes,
definitely
sir.
definitely reach out to each
Yep.
other, family and friends, let them know you appreciate them and you're thinking of them and for sure.
Yeah.
Sorry for your losses there, sleep man. I didn't
Yeah,
realize
Yeah.
that you
definitely.
Thank you. Appreciate
went
it.
through that much. So and speaking of the disconnect, I know Dorian, I'm gonna put this out for Dorian because he wanted to make sure that if you play your games, make sure your controllers are plugged in, your batteries are charged, make sure everything's good to go. That's a CPA right there. Just make sure when you play your games, you got your stuff in
Look,
order.
plugged in, brother.
There you go.
That's
Do you, well, do you guys know what happened with that, or did you talk about that already?
No, that wasn't mentioned. I was remembering
Oh,
he said in the podcast, make sure y'all bring this up. So unfortunately, I didn't get to
yeah.
bring it up before Dill came off, but
Dill told
I'm
you.
just letting him
Dill told
know.
me. He said he
I
was
think he had a wireless
good.
controller, right?
Yeah.
And I guess he didn't have it charged up, and
Yeah.
it was running out of power, and he paused, and when the thing turned off, I think EA kicks you out when that
Yep.
happens.
Yes, they do.
And you got to
Yep.
kind of make sure your thing's charged 100% so you don't,
Hmm.
take a loss because that game was still relatively close when it ended. So, um, but yeah,
Yeah, I'm
that's
just
all
going
I
through the
have.
Facebook, just making sure we're touching
Mhm.
bases on what people wanted to brought up. But I was, I had to do it for Dorian because he was like, "Hey, man, make sure y'all mention
He's
Yeah, that was
hilarious.
crazy.
this."
Yep.
Uh, I think that's it,
Yeah,
man. I think that's all
that's
we
it.
got for
Yeah.
now. We went through all the weeks. We talked about the rankings. We kind of went over the sanction.
I think there are
Um,
like 4 games left to be played too, so I
Actually, I
think we're
think from
Two.
good.
what Sleep was
It's
saying,
less than
there's
that.
what 2 games left, right?
It's y'all two. It's
2
your
games left
game,
to be
Tranks, and
played.
it's the Lions and what you call it.
Yeah,
It's
Okay,
the
great.
Lions
Lions and
and
Browns.
yeah. We just got to make sure we put the free win for the Bengals
I just
in,
did
and
that actually
okay,
before I got on.
okay.
Yep.
Yep.
And
Good to
then the
go.
other game's a sim
It might
or a
be a
force
sim,
Yeah,
win
yeah,
we got to find out if
for
it's
the
a sim
Bills,
or
depending on
yeah, what they
however
want to do.
yeah.
yeah.
I think what's that the Bills
The
and the Patriots
Bills, I
game?
think that's just going to be a
Yeah.
sim.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think they tried and they went back and forth, but I think there was some point from what Mike and Sleep were saying that they've one agreed to a free win, the other was like, no, we can just do a sim the
Yeah,
game.
Yep.
So we'll stick with the sim if that's the point, if we get to the
yeah.
last game. So, but kudos to you guys, man. You guys are playing these games. You guys are knocking these games out. I was
For
like, I
real.
didn't even, by the time I got Neon and everything updated, I was like, man, we're about to advance again before I update the stats. I just literally did it today for the podcast, but keep knocking these games out, man. Keep broadcasting your games. And Dorian Williams, I'll make sure I get your Twitch handle put in Discord so when you play your games and you broadcast it, everybody knows you're live so we can all watch your games.
Yes,
Yes.
sir.
I saw
Do
he
you have
posted
his
it in
Twitch
Facebook.
handle?
He posted it on Facebook, and I was
Yep.
wondering, it's like, why did he post it? And I was like, oh, he's one I didn't add, so I'll get him added. And future games should be broadcasted so everyone's watching and knows when he's up and running.
Yep.
So
And if any,
Cool.
before we disconnect, have you disconnected already? Still live? You still
no,
live?
real quick. I think someone's like, I'm not sure who that is. Dale is it Dale Quan? For real, man, I was tripping crazy on Keith for no damn reason. And that's Dorian. My bad.
That's
It's
Dorian.
That's
Okay.
Dorian.
Dorian.
Yeah.
And then Dill for some reason is watching. He's on. He's like, whatever.
Oh my God.
It's good that we are all on Discord because I'd like for, and this is really aggressive, but I'd like us as of next season to transition to Discord and do a majority, if not all, of our posts on Discord, and only in times of, hey, you have an advance or something like that, we post on Facebook. I really want to transition to
Yeah.
Discord and get this ball rolling on
So I
there.
think one issue with that is you can't do polls in Discord. Or I haven't been able to figure out how to do polls in Discord.
So is
So
that
bringing
homework
up
you're giving me right now? That's a
Oh,
to-do
what is
list.
that? Oh.
it's my cat.
Nah,
It's
you
Mr.
thinking the
Evil with
wrong
his
thing.
cat.
Yeah, it's Mr. Evil, Dr. Evil with his cat. So putting up votes is going to be a difficult thing
No,
because
you can get past that with just making a post and then have everyone reply yes or no to it.
Well, that's a thing to look at. I'll look at that.
I'm just
You-
Yeah.
saying as a
but
workaround.
it's also harder to tag everybody in things like that.
Really?
I don't think there's
You
an
can do
at
it.
everyone.
Yeah,
Yeah,
there
you
is.
can do that,
You can do
everyone.
everyone.
Is
Yeah.
there? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's how you guys get those pick'ems and the when the
Oh,
games the
the
channels are
things
put
where
in.
I just go, screw this, I'll look at it later, and then I can't
Yeah.
look at it later because because it doesn't show me the new things in
Hey,
Oh,
Discord
I gotta
unless I
run, man. I'll
directly
catch you in a
go
little
there.
while.
So
all
yeah,
right, Ben.
so
Yeah, we'll play with it if anything.
there's some small technical
We'll
details,
play with
but
it offline, and I'll get with you, Mike. And since we're both kind of tech savvy, I'll do some things, see if you can see it, and we'll test it out,
yeah.
see what we can
Sounds like
put
a
in.
plan. Good
Yeah.
show, guys. I'll see you guys in the party chat after the show.
All right, let me
All right.
make sure I disconnect that.
Yeah, it was a good show.